What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about Opendoor. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what really moved it, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Opendoor went up 3.08%, 685 the low, 729 the high. But we did see still somewhat low volume, so 65.2 million shares being traded. 211 is the average. Despite the low volume, we did see a lot of good institutional transactions. So big money was really buying up Opendoor. And I think a lot of that stems from data. So the company didn't put out any news or any SEC filings today, so it was just largely piggybacking off of the broader market. But we did have, like I said, good data that did come out, and that was existing home sales. So came in at 4.06 million, forecast of 3.9. Month over month came in at 1.5, forecast of negative 2%. So this is phenomenal data for Opendoor. And you can kind of see that the market was fairly surprised by this. And this, on a side note, is something very positive about Opendoor. I know some people I saw post on social media saying that today was boring. It might have been boring, but you did see truly institutions buying Opendoor because of fundamentals, not because of speculation. So I think leading up to today, there was always like a transition. First, it was a meme stock, then a cult, and then a momentum play. Since volume has been dropping, clearly that really hasn't been helping the stock price whatsoever. But today, I feel like institutions were getting into Opendoor because of the fundamentals. So that's just my opinion. Of course, I could be wrong, but definitely I would rather take a boring day when you have institutions buying fundamentals than speculation. That's, again, something to keep in mind. One thing did come out after hours. So I've seen this occasionally on social media, and regrettably, that's a bad thing about having a lot of retail kind of invested in a stock. You get a lot of pumpers. So on social media and Twitter, you see just mind-blowing things that are being said all the time. And so there was one thing that came out, I feel like it's been kind of talked about for a while now, and that is a potential partnership between Robinhood and Opendoor. And like I said, because of all the pumpers out there, I didn't really give it the time of day, but you did see this. So Vlad posted saying tokenization will eat the entire financial system. And we've seen from the recent events that Robinhood has held that they want to even tokenize like real estate. They want to do everything, which logically is very out of the box thinking and technically could work as far as regulation. Clearly SEC might have to get involved in some capacity, but you did see Kaz reposted this, and this is something as well, they both follow each other. So crazy stuff. So you never know. I know a lot of people said some crazy things saying that there's going to be some partnership or whatever else, but that actually might come to fruition. So if Vlad in some capacity through Robinhood tokenizes real estate, Kaz being an AI play can easily just get on top of that. And yeah, there you have it. That would be huge for Opendoor as well as Robinhood. So I wanted to bring this up. Of course, I think we're probably a solid good year away from that actually coming to fruition, but you never know. If they lay the foundation down and kind of talk about a potential partnership openly to the broader market, then you'll see Opendoor run up like crazy. Looking at shorts though, shorts did return 1.19 million shares. So this is exactly what I love to see as well. Whenever shorts return on a green day, it kind of does validate the price action. So definitely something to take note of. 21.4% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 152 million shares overall are being shorted. During the overnight, you can kind of see that it is up another 0.85%. Nothing overly crazy, very low volume. No new analyst ratings. On a side note, looking at options, we had 14 million in calls, 3.1 in puts. Then 46% of all the options being done are and were bearish in nature. Coming from a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be above roughly 750 to 8 by the end of day tomorrow. And then bears are anticipating for it to be kind of between that 6 to 650. So somewhat evenly divided where we are at. With tomorrow being Friday though, just take notice of this. So at the 6, you have 3,000, 650, 12,000, 7, 28,000, 750 strike price, 41,000, and then I think it's fair to assume that we won't be getting $8 and above that. And the reason why I bring up the open interest is technically if, let's say, Opendoor by the end of Friday or close to it is around, let's say 750 or 8, you might see shorts wake up a little bit just to artificially suppress it. So just keep that in mind. When it comes to the implied move for their upcoming earnings on the 6th, currently looks like there's about a 20.79% expected move, and that's about $1.50 in either direction. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market. So the big one being 7.02, 2.7, and then 1.7. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the dark pool. Dark pool is often enough used by shorts and hedge funds, but this is the largest one, 1.28 million, 819, then 592,000. So definitely good to see. With it closing at 703, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 728 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. Kind of bounced off of that general area. So 729 was the high today. So just watch for that. And if it is able to successfully close above that 728, then you could definitely see higher highs. 686 is going to be that next strong kind of support. And conveniently, that was roughly the low for today. So both of these are very strong support and resistance points. So just as well, if you're wanting to dollar cost average, swing trade, just take a mental note of these and then just plan accordingly. But aside from all of that fun stuff though, on the actual chart, it's kind of wedge bound between that 10 and 50-day moving average. Luckily enough, it was able to fight back and get above that 50-day moving average. Comparing the market position today versus yesterday, not overly that much change. So I think that if you get a nice push higher, which on a side note, stochastic RSI is very oversold. So if we get some good data from CPI, Michigan consumer sentiment, and so forth, you could see a very, very nice push higher. But there hasn't really been that much in news or any speculative topics. So let me know your viewpoint on Opendoor. Are you buying? Are you selling? Like, what's your general thoughts with Opendoor? Did you get in because of it being a potential squeeze play, or are you part of the cult? Like, what's your kind of mentality with Opendoor? And when it comes to Robinhood, do you think that there is some valid like conclusion that could be drawn that there's going to be a partnership? Or do you think it's just two CEOs, very popular stocks, liking each other's and retweeting each other's posts? Do you think like there's more to it, or is it just kind of how it is? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.